Well, I'm Jenny Rebecca Lewis. It's really nice to be here with each of you. I just love my cousin Angie, and I want to thank her for the space and for all of these, bringing all of you wonderful people here. It means a lot to me that you showed up and that she did this. All right, so I will tell you about my book. It's called Duma's Song. It came to me a couple of years ago. Really, I wrote most of the whole thing in about an hour. And then the last couple of pages took probably a year of my life to figure out how to end it, how to end it well and truthfully. So the book really it's about my own life experience, but it's also based on African tradition. There's a story of the Himba tribe, and every time I hear it, I'm just like, gosh, it just lights me up, and there's something so truthful and meaningful about it that it's just like, I want to learn more about that. There's something in me that resonates with that story. And the Himbas are an African tribe, I'll put this down for now, an African tribe that believe, and there are other African tribes as well that I've studied a lot of, believe that everyone is a gift. And they know the meaning of what that soul brings even before they're born. They check with the spirits, they check with the worlds, and they understand what that person is meant to bring. One of my teachers is named Malidoma Somé, and they named him Malidoma because his name means friend of the enemy. And it turns out through his life's work, even though he was born in a tribe, he ended up being schooled in a missionary, and then came back to the tribe and was initiated as an adult, and then went out, and he's a translator for African traditions with Western culture because he understands both. And so that's what it means to have a song and have a life purpose. And this story of the Himbas and also the Dagara tribe in Burkina Faso resonated deeply with me because I believe I have a song, and I believe each of you do too. Even though our culture doesn't celebrate it in exactly the same way, the truth of our gift is still the same. And so I want to be a reminder of that for each of you, because it's in your bones. In the same way that each time I hear the story of the Himbas, each time I hear the African story of the gift, it's a remembrance of my cells that I'm a storyteller, that I'm meant to share this message, that I am meant to remind each of you and everyone who reads my book. And so I want you to sit here and kind of breathe into your body and see if you can feel into who you are, what your gift is. We tend to think of things as doing in the West, but it might simply be the joy that you bring everywhere you go. The ease when you walk into the room. Yeah. The way that you're able to allow people to find solutions simply because you support them. Those are gifts. So breathe in deeply and remember the gift of you. Yeah. It's important. It's important to remember because you're needed. It's important to remember because it's always true. Even in the tough times, or the times where you might make a mistake. It's important to remember, because from there you make amends, you make things right. You remember your center. Yeah. We tend to throw people away, right? And it's kind of wasteful. I spent some time at in an apple orchard once, and it was filled with apples. Like, it was, the apple trees were in full bloom. There were hundreds of apples. And as I walked through, I thought, there were these tiny little ones, they were nice. And I thought, if I wanted to, I could take one bite and throw the rest away and just keep eating through all the way through the orchard. And I was just like, oh, that's what we do.
Oh, wow.
That's what we do with people. We like take a bite and they're like, oh, it's so good, but there's more, so let's just, you know. But then we miss a lot. And then we wonder where the nutrients are, you know. And the nutrients are sometimes in the healing and the parts that are not so easy or joyful to eat, but is true for our souls. And so I wanted to bring us to that wholeness as well. That's the lawyer piece in me coming back in a more soulful and indigenous way. You know, the healing of our bodies, the remembrance of them, all of that. It's important.